Hello, welcome again guys to Coding Clown. My name is Tarun Chawla. Today's topic is iterative statements. Now, what are iterative statements? You might be thinking. Don't think about it. I will explain it to you now. Iterative statements are set of statements or a statement which run again and again till a condition is true. When the condition becomes false, the statements stop running and the flow transfer to the next statement after the iterative statements. We can create iterative statements by using loops. There are two types of loops in Python, while loop and for loop. First, I am going to discuss while loop with you. In while loop, we give a condition like I equals to 1 while I less than equals to 10, print I and I plus 1. As you can see, first I am initializing a variable I with value 1 and checking is I is less than 10. Sure, 1 is less than 10, so we printed I and added 1 in our I. Now I become true. Now 2 is also less than 10. Our condition is true. We get printed 2, and after that I again added 1 in I becomes 3. 3 is also less than 10. We again printed I and I become 4. This process will go on. At last our I will become 10. We will print 10 as 10 is less than equal to 10. Condition is true. We will add 1 in I. Now I will become 11. Now 11 less than 10 is false. That's why our loop will break and doesn't print I. It will take the control to the next statement after the looping like this by, and by will get printed and our program is ended. There is no statement after that. So this program will run like that. You can see I am getting printed 1 to 10 numbers. After that the loop ends as I become 11 and 11 less than 10 is not true in any sense, and loop ends and we get printed by and our program finishes. Now if I doesn't specify I plus 1, now I will remain always 1 and this condition will always be true and our loop will be infinite. It will not going to stop, and at last your computer is going to crash if you run this program for approximately 1 to 2 hours depending upon how much RAM your computer consists. So I don't recommend you to do that. Just kill this program. You can mention as complex condition as you want. If I want to do and j is less than 20 and j is like 19 and print hello I plus 1 and j plus 1. Now you will see how this program is going to perform. Wait a minute, I didn't save the code. Kill the terminals. Now as you can see I am getting printed hello one time. Now we will see how. First it will check the condition. I is less than 10, sure. 1 is less than 10. J is less than 20, sure. Less than equal 20, sure. We printed hello. After that I will get incremented and I become 2. J get incremented, J become 20. We check the condition. 2 less than 10, sure. 20 less than equal to 20, true. Both condition are true and we have AND operator between. So if both condition are true, we get a true whole. So we printed hello again. After that I became 3 and J became 21. Now 3 is less than equal to 10, but 21 is not less than equal to 20. So one condition is true and other condition is false. So true and false equals to false. Our condition is false, our loop stops. So we get printed hello just for 2 times. This is all about while loop. Now I am going to talk about for loop in Python. Now for loop is different from while loop. In for loop we didn't specify any condition. For loop iterates over the iteratable objects. Now you might thinking what are iteratable objects. Example of iteratable objects are lists, strings, tuples. For basically we can use here range. Range is also an iteratable object which gives the range between the two numbers. Like if I write 10, 0 to 10 here, so you can see I am getting numbers between 0 to 10 where 0 is inclusive but 10 is not inclusive. So you can see if I print I here, I am going to get this number till 9. I didn't get 10 because 10 is not inclusive. First I get 0, after that I get 1, I get 2, after that 3 gets stored in I, 4 gets stored in I, 5 gets stored in I, 7 gets stored in I, 8 gets stored in I, 9 gets stored in I, and ends. As range function returns a sequence of numbers from 0 to 1, 0 to 9 in this kind of ranging from 0 to 10 because 10 is inclusive. If I write 0 to 11, 10 will get included. And our range function also have a jump. We can also specify jump, like if I specify jump of 2, I am going to get even numbers till 10. As you can see, if I mention here 1, I am going to get odd numbers till 10. As you can see. Now we can also use it with lists. As I mentioned, it can be used with iteratable objects. Now if I specify a list here, ls, hello, then 2.0, 2.0, and any kind of other like tuple in it, and I use ls here, ls. Now it will first in I will store 1, after that I will store 2, I will store 3, I will store 5, after that I will store hello, after that I will store 2.0, and all these things get printing one by one as I get as the I variable gets all these values. As you can see, first I variable get 1 and we get printed 1. After that I gets 2, we print I again. After that I gets 3, we print I again. After that I gets 4, we print I again. This runs this ends after the list is finished. This is all about the for loop. We can also use for loop with string, like for I in Tarun. Now it will print I. Now first I will print t, as t gets stored in I. You can see these are about the loops. I have made notes, or whatever you can say, handwritten tutorial. You can read it from the link in the description, and I will see you in the next one. In next video I am going to create a game, guess the number, using while loop, using iterative statements and conditional statements. You might enjoy that video. Bye bye. I will see you in the next one.